Hey, what up everyone? I'm Sunny Cool and this is Gems of War. And today we have the Red Tower of Doom and the week's preview for Dragon's Claw. So we'll look at the Soul Forge, Venki Drop Table, Glory Shop, Underspire, we'll go over the Tower of Doom, all that stuff, everything that's going on today, everything new, everything that's happening today. It's Monday. That's how Gems of War works when it's Monday. Everything changes. New kingdom, new event, new week. We've got a mythic this Friday. I don't think it's like amazing or anything, but it's gonna be there. That's how it usually goes. You'll come to realize about 75% of the time the new mythic really isn't great. What else do we got? I don't know. I'll go over what else is going on this week a little bit later. I am setting up the stream though, so we got Dragon's Claw, which is right here. And we're going to do an epic trial for a second while I set her up. We'll do a little auto battle. Gems of War Live. Got that thumbnail. You still haven't saved it. Are you kidding me? Make sure you do that. Oh, there it is. I kind of did. Do this, okay. I'm a little bit late. If you get to know Sunny Cool, you'll know that sometimes Sunny Cool is 5 to 15 minutes late. I'm not like crazy late all the time, but I've been known to be 5 to 15 minutes late. I guess if you look at my channel and I'm late quite a bit on the channel, but in real life, I'm not that bad. Not as bad in real life. I might be 5 minutes late. Sometimes I come late on purpose to certain things. Gems of War, Tower of Doom. Gems of War, Red Tower of Doom. Gems of War, Dragon's Claw. Isn't there a ruby weapon in there, maybe? Gems of War. The Red Macaque. When I put in the Red Macaque, it said my favorite YouTuber's name. Gems of War. I'm just gonna put Ruby Weapon. I don't know if anybody looks it up that way. Probably not. Gems of War. Quit it. Whatever. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. The back end is looking juicy. Let's jump into the chat. Who's here early? Who's not late like Sunny Cool? Who lets their computer not be muted? Me. Who's not late? Who's on time? Yoke, Yandy, Mountain Dew. They are on time, showing up early, ready to go. That's a good trait. That's a good personality trait, or a good way to live life. You should not be late like me all the time. That's bad. Y'all hear me okay? Good morning, Yoke. Peace, Yandy. Morning, Mountain Dew. Let's see. I gotta finish the back end stuff here. English is what I'm speaking. Gems of War is what I'm playing. Save all that. And I think that's it. I think I'm good to go. Sure. Alright, we're good. Almost. I always say that. There's always one thing I forget to do at the end that I gotta do. So one sec. And it all hitting the like. Everybody hit the like. Turn your ticket to the train. Don't be a hobo with a bindle. Don't be jumping the turnstile. Don't be sneaking on by. Don't be hopping over it. If you don't hit the like, then we're not gonna be able to function. You're supposed to hit the like, because that provides, the ability for us to do this. If you jump over, if you hop over, then what if we need to do maintenance and we don't have the resources to do maintenance because everybody just hops over the turnstile like a hobo with a bindle? I don't know. So you gotta hit like. So it provides the resources for us to maintain the channel. Otherwise, it's going to get all rusty and crusty, and we can't do anything because nobody's hitting like. So you got to do it. Just got to. You know, death and taxes. That type of stuff. Alright, I'm ready. Let's get out of this. I think you can just retreat. Don't be stupid, just retreat. No? Is it not working? Pushing the button. Oh, there it is. Sometimes just retreating's faster, sometimes it's not. Alright, let's do this thing. So I gotta start with giving to the guild. I do that every time. That's what I do. First thing I do every single Monday. I give to the guild. Why? Because you want to stay in your guild. Why? Because it's redundant to go collect your mail if you haven't given to your guild yet. You're just going to have to do it again. So give to your guild first thing smoking. Give the required amount. We got 535,000 so far. I need to give another 500. Get these basic tasks done first. It's just like your kingdoms. You do the magic one first on basic. And then you do the rest of the basic. And then you do the magic one first on the epic, and then you do the rest of the epic. That's exactly the same as kingdoms. Do the magic kingdoms first, and then the rest of the kingdoms. And then you do the magic kingdoms first, and then the rest of the kingdoms. And then you do the magic kingdoms first, and then the rest of the kingdoms. Same thing with tasks. People still don't do the tasks right, but it's okay, because we get there in the end. We get there in the end, so it's fine. If you want to do the basic magic task and the epic magic task first, like, that's not crazy. I just think Path of Least Resistance, like, get all the stats that are easy to get. Like, the epic magic task is going to cost way more than just doing, like, some basic tasks, but that's a fine, I guess. Some people do it that way. Alright, so we gave to the guild. Now we can go get our mail. Without it being redundant. Nobody likes redundancy. Audio is good, thank you for confirming. Alright, in a good guild, this is all the crap you can get. It's amazing. Should be your goal. I did not play much PvP, so that's probably telling me that I'm an a-hole and I suck. Offers. Ugh, I want that, but my gem stack's getting pretty low. It's only 25, though. I think I'll grab it. It's only one key as well, so it's not that consequential. If you want to skip that one. That's like the one, like the least, that I want the least. You know, if I see crystals, I'm like, woo! I take my pants off and throw them on the stage. If I see medals, I'm like, yeah! And I take off my bra and I throw it on the stage and jiggle my chest. But when I see event key, like one event key, I'm just like, you know, that's okay. You're like a halfie. Alright, so we did our offers, we did our mail. We need to go to the Glory Shop and get the Glory Shop troop just in case it's good. We get our Spoils of War. Spoils of War. Some more event keys. You see... Okay, so I get on the game. The first thing I do has to do with my guild. That must mean that guild is important, right? The second thing I do is get event keys. That must mean event keys are important, right? I don't know. I don't know if I've ever said that before. And then I get this troop. It's like the third thing I do. I get this fully ascended. That must be important. Right? Even no matter, I don't even look at it. I'm just going to do it. I don't know what it does. It could say, troop crashes your game every time you cast a spell. And I would still have it on Mythic. Because I am going to do this. As an in-game player, you just get this thing fully ascended every single week. No matter what it does. As a beginner, you might just get one copy, but you should still get it. Because it's cheap, it's glory, it's not using up your keys, really. Kinda, I guess, but not really. You get all this other stuff. It's just like getting a weapon in the event. Buying up to the weapon in an event. You're getting this troop for glory, which is pretty cheap. Even if it just gave me the troop fully ascended, I would still spend this much. Glory. I'd be completely fine with spending 6,400 glory to get this troop fully ascended right away. But you look at all the other crap, I get 32 glory keys, 160 gold keys, 80,000 gold, 32 trade stones, 64. Like, it's such a good deal. It's crazy. Make sure you're doing that. We'll look at that thing later. And that's it. So now we must do the Tower of Doom, the guild event, because that's why you're probably here, if I had to guess. Be one of the first things you're probably looking for. Like, oh, Tower of Doom teams. Tower of Doom. Alright, it's a new month. So, we did really good last month, by the way. It was like our second best month in the last 6 months, so exactly what we needed, basically. I have available to you 10 gifted. So we got the goal back now. I have a fresh 10. So anytime we get 5 gifted on one stream, I'm going to match it. At least twice. You know, I can't do it more than 2 times. I got 10 gifted to give out this month. Any stream, anytime this month. If you guys, the equivalent of 5 gifted, so pretty much 25 bucks. Doesn't have to be 5 gifted. It could be $5 super chats, whatever. I will match it. I will match it with 5 gifted from me. That's any time. You don't have to do it now. It could be the 13th of the month or the 21st of the month. Right now it's only the 3rd. Just letting you know it's back. I got them back. I'm reloaded. I reloaded the clip. And we're ready to shoot. Alright, Tower of Doom. Alright, let's explain this in general, basics. Tower of Doom. So, the main thing is you're going to have a scout. This is a collaborative effort between you and your guild mates. It's the only guild event in the game that's like that, except for maybe Guild Wars. Not that many people collaborate in Guild Wars, though. You guys probably aren't on a Discord call talking with each other, making up defense teams together and telling each other. Maybe a little bit, right? But not... The number 1 guild in Guild Wars is probably doing that. Number 2, number 3, probably top 5 are probably doing the most as far as Guild Wars go. If you're not in the top 5 in Guild Wars on your platform, you're probably not doing none of that. So Tower of Doom is like the most collaborative guild event in the game because you have to. You have to. So if you want to do it the right way, like and spend less resources, less time, you know what I mean? Like if you want to be smart about it, you have to be collaborative. So you're going to have a scout, and the scout is going to go through every single room, all of them. You're not. You're not a scout. If you're not a scout, you're not going in every room. The scouts go in every single room. They're going in 2, 4, 3, 5, boss. And they're going in 2, 4, 3, 5, boss. Every single time. Every floor. And they're going to tell you what's in there. What's in 2? Oh, there's an attack scroll. What's in 4? Oh, there's a life scroll. What's in 3? Oh, it's the unlock. What's in 5? It's a magic. And they're going to report that to the guild chat or to Sid Bushes or whatever. And then your job as a non-scout is to make it to where their job is worth doing. You're only going to go in the unlock, luck, heroism, fireball, and haste rooms. You ignore everything else. They're telling you there's an attack scroll in there. It's basically there's a dead stinky body in there. Don't go in there. It's gross. There's a pile of dog poop in that room. I already saw it. You don't need to see it too. Like, why would you do that? It's like somebody telling you at work that the toilet's clogged. Do you go run and look at it? Like, hey, the toilet's clogged. Just letting you know so you don't, like, go in there. You know, the last stall, there's a big old honker in there and it's clogged up. So you don't, like, run in there to look at it, do you? You're like, okay, the last one has a big old honker in there. I'm going to go in the first one or the second one, or I'm not going at all, right? You don't go looking at it, right? Ooh, let me see. They're telling you there's an attack scroll in there, and there's a big old honker clogging up the toilet. Don't go in that room. That's what they're saying. But people still do it. Oh, let me look at the clogged up toilet. No, don't do that. It wastes their time. They already took the hit. They already had to smell it and look at it. Why would you... They're telling you to be nice. Like, hey, I already saw it. I already smelled it. It's nasty. They're telling you so you don't do that. They're saving you from smelling it and looking at it. So don't, like, then just run in there and look at it. That's stupid. Don't do that. So, unlock, luck, heroism, fireball, and haste are the only rooms you go in. Those are the good rooms. There's money. There's naked ladies, naked men, whatever you like. That's what's in there, in that room. So they're telling you, this is the good one. Here it is. You got to go in here. This is the great room. There's awesome. So don't make the scouts job, like, do their job for nothing. You're wasting their time, you're wasting their gems if you just run in every room and look at the clogged toilet. That's stupid. So, and then the stats, people are going to mention the stats. You do get stats, but the scouts get the stats that are worth getting. The scouts get the stats that are worth getting. There's diminishing returns. We need to learn what diminishing returns means if we think that the stats are still worth getting when you're not the scout. Because it's not worth it. The magic eventually needs 4 scrolls, 5 scrolls, 6 scrolls, 7 scrolls, 8 scrolls, 9 scrolls, 10 scrolls. Just to get 1 more magic. It's not 10 more magic. It's not 4 or 5 more magic. It's 1 magic for 10. You're wasting 10 sigils to go get 1 magic, you know? It's not worth it at a certain point. Especially not worth it for life, armor, and attack. But I think it's not worth it for magic either, because the scouts are going to get you, you know, maybe 6 or 8 or 10 magic or something, and then that's enough. Like, what do you need 11 magic when you have 10? What do you need 12 magic when you have 10 already? Like, because it's going to end up costing 10 more, and then 11 more, and then 12 more, and it's not worth it anymore at that point. So the scouts get you the stats that are worth getting before there's crazy diminishing returns. So don't go in the magic, don't go in the power. The power gives you 1 credit to each stat. If the power gave you 1 to each stat, like literally, then it might be worth it. But it doesn't. It gives you 1 credit to each stat, so it doesn't even give you a stat. So the power is just a magic, basically. It's the same thing. It's not worth it. Alright, buy up to the weapon, of course. The weapon is the thing for the event. You know, World Event, it's the medal, and Invasion, it's the Tower Killer, and Raid, it's the Boss Killer. Well, in Tower of Doom, it's the weapon, the Doomed Weapon. Let's buy up to the Doomed Weapon. Excuse me, I'm a little gassy guy today. I ate, what'd I have? Trash. I've been eating like trash lately, like all kinds of sweets. I don't know, I've been like real stressed out though. A lot of crazy stuff going on in my life right at the moment. Doomed Lavalier. Doomed Lavalier. Doomed Lavalier. I think that's how you say it. Lavalier? Doomed Lavalier. That's how you have to say it, by the way. You're not allowed to say Doomed Lavalier. You have to say Doomed Lavalier. See, we can look at weapons now, I think. Even though I don't think it was a problem here before. But I tested it on Sunday. I forgot to do it on stream. I remembered that I forgot to do it. Does that count? If you forget to do something, but then you remember that you forgot to do it, does that help anything? Give 55 points of a random skill to an ally, plus 3 per tempering level. Bless all red allies and curse all red enemies. If the enemy has a doom, then gain an extra turn. Too bad it's random. If that was magic or something, that'd be sick. But it looks like another stinker for the stinker pile. But we have to use it in this event. Then it will go in the trash for the rest of time. Alright, so buy up to the weapon. That's ideal anyway. Of course, if you're a beginner, you might just buy nothing and just do what you can do. If you're a little bit past beginner, you might buy the first 2 or the first 1 or something. Like, it's a progression, of course. But the ultimate goal is to buy up to the weapon. If you're a scout, you're going to have to buy way further up in the shop. You're going to need way more sigils. Because the whole thing earlier, what I was saying earlier, is it costs a sigil to go in each room. So if I go in 2, it costs a sigil. If I go in 4, it costs a sigil. If I go in 5, it costs a sigil. If I go in 4, it costs... If I go in 3, it costs a sigil. You know, it's not like a faction event where the sigil is used before the layer, and then you can go in whatever rooms you want, and it don't cost a sigil for each room. On Tower of Doom, it costs a sigil for every fight that you do. Every fight. So you want to use your sigils for stuff that's going to give the guild points. Give the guild points. That's it. Or keep you going to where you get more points. You don't want to go in random room that costs you a sigil and you won't be able to get the guild as many points. If you have like a ton of boons, that counts for nothing. That's nothing. Boons is nothing. That's how many mistakes you made. Or you're the scout. Or you went past floor 25. Like, there is 3 different reasons to have boons. Number 1, you made a mistake. And it's how many mistakes you made. That's what boons are. Number 2, you're the scout. Of course you're going to get boons. You're going in every single room. Or you went past floor 25, because after 25, the boss room gives you boons. Because it no longer gives weapon scrolls. So the goal is to go to floor 26 at least, because you get weapon scrolls on every single boss all the way up to floor 25. And that's like an extra resource you're getting for going to the boss on top of everything else. So it's like, how do you temper doomed weapons? Weapon scrolls. Let's see. Let's make some teams, I guess. I need to look at my scouting if there is any. I don't know. Yay, Bones! Shout out to Bones. Doing it right. So when you scout, you want to put everything on there. Like, exactly like this. I don't even have to explain it because you just look with your eyeballs. Because Bones did it perfect. That's perfect. Don't be lazy and just put the unlocks. Don't be lazy and just put the good stuff. Put everything. Because nobody knows you. You know, you might think you're famous and everybody knows you. But, you know, new people come into your guild all the time. They don't know you. Like, a new person coming into our guild doesn't know who Bones is and if they're actually going in every room or not. And if you don't go in every room, you can miss unlocks. So now your whole guild misses an unlock. Or not an unlock, a luck. You can't miss an unlock. That's the key to the boss. But your whole guild could miss a luck if your scout doesn't go in every single room. And if your scout doesn't report every single room, then who's to know if they're going in every single room? You just have to take their word for it, which most of the time they don't even put their word up there. They just start reporting unlocks and lucks and stuff, and you don't know. Are they going in every room or not? Yeah, they got that luck, but did they get the one on floor 8 or 9? Who knows, because they're not reporting every room. So you want to report every room just so, like, everything's above board, everybody knows what's going on. You know, there's no, like, maybe we missed one, maybe we didn't. Because lucks give you 2 points. The boss room gives you 2 points. That's a lot of points. Like, that's double points. Like, lucks basically give you double points on that floor. Instead of getting 2 points for that floor, you're going to get 4 points for that floor. Or whatever it is, you know? You get 2 points for luck. Forget what the doomed weapon, I think you get 2 points from the boss room, right? So you get double points if you get a luck, basically. Why would you not want a luck? Those are awesome. Heroism lets you clear an entire floor with one click of a button. You do not have to do this, 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 or this. You can just click on the boss and use a heroism scroll. So click on the boss, use your heroism scroll. You don't have to touch any of the other rooms. You want to do that on a floor where there's only like an unlock. Because you don't want to, it'll miss everything. If you use a heroism, make sure there's no luck on that floor. Make sure there's no, like, stuff you want. Unlock, if it's just an unlock, that's perfect. And if it's higher up, that's perfect. You don't want to use a heroism on, like, floor 7. You want to use a heroism on, like, floor 27 or floor 17 or something up higher. You want to clear out a harder floor, not an easy floor. And you want to clear out a floor that just has an unlock so you don't miss a luck or something. Because it doesn't give you the stuff from the floor when you use the heroism scroll. It just clears the floor. So you want to do one with just an unlock that's higher up. That's when you want to use your heroism scroll. Fireball just clears a room without having to fight the room. So maybe you would use that on like a luck room or an unlock room really high up. Don't use your fireball scrolls low, under floor 10 or something. You really want to use them like 20 plus. You get them on, if you get a fireball scroll on floor 7, and then you use it on floor 27, you just did an easy fight instead of a hard fight type stuff. Haste is basically an extra turn. So if you have enough turns, you don't have to, if you don't want to. But it's no harm, no foul. It doesn't use a sigil. If you do a haste room, you don't use a sigil. So it's no harm, no foul. It's a good thing. Just trust me. Gets you closer to a Vow Raven. And it gives you more turns, basically. It's like an extra turn. A haste scroll. And then, like, if you're going to stop at floor 26, you could use multiple sigils for a room, because now you have a bunch, because you did a bunch of haste rooms. You do an easy haste room on 5, and now you can do extra sigils on 25. Like, it's smart. You get all the haste and heroism and fireball lower down, and then you use it all at the tops, where it's hard. Unlocks the boss key, and that's, I think, everything. Unlock, luck, heroism, fireball, haste. I just went over everything. Alright, so where are we going? Bones says, floor 1 is room 2 armor, room 3 haste, room 4 unlock, room 5 life. So I'm going to go to 3 and 4. Let's make some teams. We just have a red restriction, I guess. We just had a red restriction in Guild Wars, right? Let's look at the chat real quick, sorry. Chat with a 2! Making sure it ain't a goose egg, thank you. Mr. Walkervich is here. Cat is here, good to see you, Cat. Your guild has like 2 or 3 scouts per Doom event. That sounds about right. That might be... I would say... I think ideally you would try to have 3 to 5, maybe. That way no one person has to do the whole tower. And you don't want like the same scouts. You don't want people doing the same floors. You know what I mean? Like you really want the first scout to go from like 1 to 10 or something. The second scout to go from 11 to 20. And then the third scout to go from 21 to 30 or something like that. You don't want like everybody doing floor 1 to 10 at the same time. That'd be stupid, you know? I don't know why I call stuff stupid. I don't really mean it, but you know what I mean. But yeah. You don't want more than one scout doing the same floors. You want, like, they should be talking to each other. Be like, hey, I'm scouting. I'll let you know when I'm done, and then you can pick up where I left off type of thing. And the more scouts you have, the less, like, each scout has to spend, and you know what I mean? Another thing about Tower of Doom is you don't want to really go super high. The leaderboard is terrible. It's a net negative. Like, if you get first place, you lose gems. So, it's like the race to the bottom. Whoever wins Tower of Doom, whatever guild wins Tower of Doom, lost, like, the most gems. Good job. Way to go. So, there's no point of going to, like, floor 50, 60, 70, 80. So, if you're a scout, I would say go to, like, maybe 40-ish. Give or take 10. You know, maybe 50. But anything above 50, nobody's going up there. You're doing it for no reason. You know, you might say, well, maybe if your guild sucks and, like, people suck, and you have to do more just to get all rewards, like, that could be a good reason, I guess. But that sucks for you, and you should probably find a better guild, honestly. If you have to do that much work just to get all rewards in Tower of Doom, you should probably go to a better guild where you're more appreciated with other people that are going to do that with you, instead of you having to carry your whole guild on your back. So that should not be a situation for real. People might say it is, but then it's like, well, what are you doing? Go to a better guild then. Why are you still there? If you have to do everything. If you have to go to floor 50, 60, 70, then your guild sucks. What are you doing? You need to go to some other guild. Or tell your guild to do more. So if everybody goes to floor 30, you should be good. You should get all rewards. If one person has to go to floor 80, then that's terrible. That one person should be, like, spitting on everybody else. Like, what are you guys doing? But it's their own fault if they go to 80 and everybody else goes to 30. They're a numbskull. Like, why'd you do that? So they could either be, like, smart and awesome and should go to a different guild, or they could be a numbskull that's going to 80 for no reason. So, you never know. I mean, you kind of know. If they go to 80 and everybody else is doing nothing, then they're probably a badass. If they go to 80 and everybody else is going to 30 and it wouldn't have mattered, then they're a numbskull. Because the leaderboard sucks, and who cares about that? Chad! Thank you, bro. Alright, we got red. I don't think this is going to be, like, brain surgery, rocket surgery. We have access to all the red weapons. Oh, no, we don't. No, we don't. We got to do the stupid doomed weapon. I always say that. Got to do this. The doomed Lavalier. Let's go ahead and temper it all the way up. See what it's got on its tempering, too. Drain 2 mana from red enemies. Burn the first enemy. 5 scatter damage. Give 1 mana to all allies. At least it doesn't do nothing. And for troops, we need like a 3-person team. A 3-person team, huh? And it's red. Could do like double Zarg with the Chrysanthrax, I guess. That was working for me last week for the invasion. I did double Zarg with Ruby Weapon. I was crushing. I got Okay, so I wasn't doing very much the whole week, and then on Sunday I was able to get us to the shiny token, which is what I really wanted. It was pretty quick too. I did like a middle of the pack type of job. I wasn't doing amazing, but I did it all in like one day with Ruby Weapon. It was fast and easy. That's what I'm thinking right now, but you could also do like Talk Shakas, of course. Maybe we should do something like that instead. So I always do Chrysantherax. What would be some good troops for Tower of Doom? The weapons, like, you know, you're letting your little brother play on the basketball team or something. So we got just a 3-man team with one anchor. Takshaka, Chrysantherax are the first two that come to mind for me, and then like I'm thinking Zargs for Managen, I'm thinking Harpy Mage for Managen. Those are the first reds that come to mind for me. You know, some of these are pretty, you know, you got like Trogolan and Osfer. Those are pretty good if you have nothing else. Morthani, but I'd really want Ghost Queen if I was going to use her, and we don't have Ghost Queen, so... Stellarix is there if you don't have Chrysantherax. We got Takshaka. Scourge of Honor's not bad. You could do Scourge of Honor with King Salinas. That'd be pretty good early. If I'm going to make the best team, it's probably Chrysantherax double Zarg. And then if I'm going to make the second best team, it's probably some sort of Takshaka team. I don't know, y'all. I pretty much just these days, I show you what I'm going to use as the high-level team. So I'm probably going to use Chrysantherax, just honestly. So we'll make a mid and a low. Probably double Zarg. It's not Zarg. It's Trogolan. Because Chrysantherax hits everybody, and hits everybody hard. Takshaka hits 2, and then loops, and then hits 2, so it's just slightly slower. But Takshaka's still really good if that's all you got. It's probably the second best team you could do. And the weapon can go to the bottom and sit on the bench. If we start losing Chrysantherax, you could put the weapon in front of it. Like Skulls or something. Banner. Red, of course. It's a red restriction. So you're always going to use a double red banner because your whole team's red. Next up, green maybe? Green or blue? Just going to make sure we don't minus blue, green, or red. That looks good. Spirit Fox banner. What class are we going to do? Elemental Dragon. You could also do Chrysantherax. It's just like, if you do that, then you might as well use Harpy Mage instead of Zark. I was thinking about doing that. I was like, maybe Mirachi Queen Harpy Mage, but we'll see how this goes. Because you could do, you know, 50% start Chrysantherax every fight, which I usually like. But we'll see how this goes with the Explode pot, with the Enchant pot, with the 2 Zarg explosions, with the Metal of Anu, if I didn't say that. What class, though? What class? Doesn't really matter. It really doesn't matter. Just some sort of green or red storm, I guess, so... I think... maybe just Sun Spear. Just a bunch of red falling. Why not? Like, I don't care if my hero... I mean, you could do... hold on a sec. You could do Geomancer and 50% start the Zargs, just in case you need extra damage. And we got brown or purple. Or this. I mean, it would all just be for Chrysantherax, so I might as well do this one, I guess. Geomancer, double red, green, minus yellow. We got Chrysantherax, Zarg, Zarg, Doomed Lavalier. Let's see how it works, if it's good or not. Did I pick the right room? I don't want to get a boon. Nope. I think it's 3 and 4, right? Yeah. Almost made a mistake. Almost got a boon. A stinky, nasty, gross boon. You see that, cat? Woo! Watch this. Wait, let me put my Anu on. Oh, yeah, Takshaka's... Like I said, Takshaka's second best, for sure. Chrysantherax probably best. Then Stellaryx. And then Takshaka, really. But I always just lump Stellaryx in with Chrysantherax. Kind of the same thing. You use one or the other. You have one or the other, usually, you know. Alright, 4. Come on, Chrissy. Don't be pissy. Up. We got an extra turn, though. She's up. First turn. Bang. They're all dead. Unlock. Yeah. Boss fight. Yeah. Let's do one floor with this team, then I'll make a mid and a low. Can you guess what the low is already? I can already tell you. Probably know. I'm watching my streams. Okay, we didn't get up that time. But the times that it does fill makes up for the times that it doesn't fill. It's going to fill on second turn, if nothing else. Another way to do this, though, like I said, if you don't have double Zarg, would be Harpy Mage and Miraji Queen. You just cast Harpy Mage. Room 2, Armor. Room 3, Power. Room 4, Unlock. Room 5, Haste. We're going to do 4 and 5. Helicopter out of bed. With your pole, with your tent pole. Copy. Already did. Alright, we're going to go put it on my collection so I can make that video at the end of this stream. Stop it. Paste. See, that's what I was using for invasion. Or wait, you know what I mean. You saw it a second ago. And now it is TOD high. Todd is high. That's why he got fired. Todd Greenwood got fired from doing the sports. He was doing the weather, and then he failed a DT. And then they demoted him to the sports. And then Todd got high. And then he got fired again. That's why Todd Greenwood got nerfed. If you didn't know. That's the lore. Alright, let's make a mid team. I already forgot. I think 4 and 5. Yep. I forget fast. Base rarity. Legendary and under team. What can we do with red? Red is... We got Emberclaw. I love Emberclaw. Crimson Bat's pretty good, but I'd like to have Ghost Queen with that. Emberclaw. I love Emberclaw. Let's see what else we got. King Aberon, King Salinas, Magma Dragon. Tesla. I think it's Tesla, sorry. Probably Tesla, but Emberclaw is like the Takshaka to the Chrysantherax of Tesla. I think you have to use Tesla, right? Even though we don't have Holy Saint Astra, who cares? She is just a human. A human. We'll just figure out a way. We'll just do 2 mana generators to get her up or something. It's fine. Harpy Mage for sure. Oops. Right here.
Let the light of the
And maybe an empowered converter just in case. Oh, does any of this stuff do her color? Ecotl? No. No. Blue? Yellow to blue? It's not the best. Let's put it on there for now. Brown to purple, no. Green to purple, no. Green to brown, no. Blue to purple, no. Yellow to purple, no. Brown to purple, no. Green to blue. That's better, because we're not converting away yellow, which Harpy Mage uses. So, Scurvy Sea Dog. Even though they're the same here, who cares? Because they're empowered. This one's empowered, and this one has a 75% start. If you aren't having mana problems, you could just do Harpy Mage with double Tesla if you want. I'm just really trying to get her up quick and cast and win fast. But deeper in, maybe later on, I'd do double Tesla with Harpy Mage and get rid of the Scurvy Sea Dog. Or you could do double Emberclaw. You could do triple Emberclaw if you really wanted to. That's my second favorite. Just like Takshaka was my second favorite for the high-level team. I think Emberclaw is my second favorite for mid. Alright, team is going to be, let's see. I think just like this. We'll let the weapon tank for Tesla. I mean, we don't have to. This is boosted by all ally and enemy armor. I think early on I'd put Tesla up top. And then maybe later I'd protect her a little bit so she don't die. But like early we're going to do this. So she gets all the mana, all the red. And Banner, of course, is red, like always. And we'll just go all in on Tesla. Red, blue. No brown on our team. Class doesn't really matter. So, let's do the Sun Spear. With all the red falling. It's got a Creative Firestorm at the start of every turn. Freeze them. We can't be frozen. Entangle them. Firestorm. Gift of Fire. Bonus red. Triple Skull, which isn't going to help yet, but once we put our hero in first slot, it would help. Okay, this is the mid-level team. Tesla, Doomed Lavalier, Harpy Mage, Scurvy Sea Dog. Definitely do this later. Oops, not that. You know what I mean. Put the weapon up top later, so she don't get killed. Harpy Mage has somewhat of a summon on her. If you lose a troop, too. 25% chance to summon a Blade Wing when an enemy dies. At least. Let's do this for the early ones. Early floors. See how it goes. Let's make sure we're on the right floor. Nope. It's 4 and 5. Use your guard medals with this one. Double talk works, you're right. With or without Zargs. Jets is here. Getting the first break, Tyrion. Tesla Cat. Yep. All magic off Astral Spire for all 6 colors now. Also 2 more kingdoms to level 60. Only 9 kingdoms number 60. 5 million population. 300 plus vault keys. 35 epic vault keys. Yeah, good job, man. I just did a little more Astral Spire yesterday. I got like a magic in the red one. I'm definitely way behind because I haven't been playing as much, but... Alright, always look for this first because it's kind of free if it's an extra turn. So green to blue. We don't have it. So we'll do Harpy Mage. No big deal. There's Tesla. And they're all dead. Except for that one, which... summoned or something. Average vault weekend these days, but also made it high in PvP and made general for 4 weeks of 5 freely gold marks. Yeah, man. I mean, just doing the 300 is in my eyes a good thing. At least you're doing the bare minimum, right? Like, I didn't even do that, so you're doing better than me. I suck. Rio Duarte Sorry to disturb, but not being a knower of all tricks to the game, how would you rate this team? My usual team, I only want to use against, I think, green enemies, right? It's like a very specific troop. You might want to switch out the Savage Hunter because I think it's like isn't Savage Hunter the one that does like triple skull damage to green or something like that? And you like pick an enemy and then it hits her, it may or may not hit that enemy. It's like a 50% chance or something. Is that right? Rue Duarte? I don't know how to say your name, sorry. Queen Beatrix, good. I like the bottom 3 troops, but I think you should switch out Savage Hunter. Maybe just do Essence of Evil. Do Leprechaun. Throw a Leprechaun on there instead. Do Essence of Evil, Queen Beatrix, Pycea, Leprechaun. Who cares about... You don't need Savage Hunter. Your hero can be the tank, Essence of Evil. You can shoot Essence of Evil at their first slot to entangle them, so you're not getting hit with skulls. You can shoot your Essence of Evil at their last slot to terror them, so you can get an instant kill off their last slot. Then Queen Beatrix does true scatter damage, so it'll hit even harder if something's dead. Your Pycea, I love Pycea, so I'm not gonna... I think Pycea is a good one for that team. That's good. It only does 3 times skull damage against, like, green enemies, though, or something, right? So it's not gonna do that every single time. And it does some random spell, so... I don't know, man. If you want to keep it, go for it, but I'm just letting you know how to improve your team. I've been playing for 9 years. Essence of Evil, Queen Beatrix, Pycea, Leprechaun would improve your team. But if you like Savage Hunter, by all means, like, some people like certain troops, and you're not gonna, you know, just go with, if it's working for you. I just told you your team is almost perfect. You just need to change 1 troop, so I like it. What is going on? The game's being weird. I mean, mostly, dude, you're doing mostly spell damage. You don't want to... Usually you want to do all the same kind of damage. You don't want to mix up, like, skulls and spells and true and physical. You kind of want to go all in on something. And you already got Queen Beatrix and Pycea, so you don't really need to do skulls. Also, your Queen Beatrix is hitting everything at the same time. Your Pycea is going to get a bunch of mana generation and maybe devour. You know, to do a skull here or there is almost a waste of a turn. Even if you kill them in 1 hit. It doesn't matter. But whatever, man. You're asking me. I'm you know, playing for 9 years. I know what I'm talking about. You can take the advice or not. It's okay. If your team's working, just keep doing it. But I'm just letting you know. I know I know Savage Hunter. I know Queen Beatrix. I know Essence of Evil. And I know Pycea. I can tell you exactly what all of them do. I know what they do. See this team again? Essence of Evil is my favorite weapon. I'm excited you're using that. Pycea is one of my favorite mythics. I'm excited you're using that. Queen Beatrix is amazing and perfect. I'm glad you're using that. I just don't agree with the Savage Hunter in first slot is all. The rest of the team is amazing. Usually people that are like a beginner showing me a team, it wouldn't be that good, so good job. Alright, we did 4 and 5. Let's do the boss, and then we'll make another low-level team. You can probably already know what I'm gonna do. It's red. I have a favorite red low-level team. See how none of that skull damage really mattered? Tesla would have killed everything anyway. That was incidental skulls, though, so no big deal. Alright, floor 3. 2 life, 3 armor, 4 unlock, 5 armor. So 4. And we gotta copy this team. Put it in our collection for our video that we're making together. Gonna hold hands and everything. Rename it to TOD Mid. At first, Todd was doing some mid. Then he started getting real high. Alright. Why doesn't this stay on the fight that I want it to be on, you know? Stupid. And I look like I'm an idiot. Having to look again. Base rarity. Okay, low level team. Epic and under. We got red. What are you thinking? Can't do Balder because your weapon's red. But gargoyles is what I was thinking already, you know? They're one of the strongest things you can do for epic and under. So I'm probably going to do them. Let's do this. Should be fine. Another option would be Pandalista, right? You could do Pandalista if you want. Do Geomancer, 50% stardom. Same way you're going to do Gargoyle. 50% it with Construct. Geomancer. I usually like true damage more than... But, I don't know. They're the same color as Harpy Mage, and at least I got some brown on the team, I guess. So I like Gargoyle slightly more, and plus Gargoyle's easier to get, so... later you would do this. Early, might as well, like, do this, I guess, you know? Once you want to start protecting... Your Gargoyles are pretty hardy, though. They got 50% Skull and 25% Spell. So, this will probably last a while. You can even do this, really. Like, throw that poopy weapon on the bottom. But your class must be Geomancer to 50% start. The Gargoyles. Get them up quicker. We want Stone Mastery. Got brown Gargoyles. And put on Medals of Season. For the banner, definitely red. And then probably brown. Sure. There's our low-level team. This will do some pretty good damage. It'll probably make it to floor 25. You know, if you're using this team, you don't have Tesla. You know, you don't have Emberclaw. You don't have Chrysantherax. You don't have Stellarix. You don't have Tokshakas. You don't have Zark. Nobody's expecting you to go super high. You're probably a beginner, and you probably, I don't know, floor 15 or something. This is perfect for that. Double Gargoyle, Harpy Mage, Doomed Lavalier. Yeah, just give it a try. If you don't like it, don't use it. Tyrion says, I will note Savage Hunter is not exclusively green. It's enraged on skulls. It's everything hard and 3 damage on green. Yeah, but I just know it's mostly used against green enemies for its 3 times green. The only time I ever see Savage Hunter is when it's on defense, when there's a green restriction on offense. Most people don't use it for offense. I mean, I guess, if it's like, you know it's going to be a green team. But you don't know that, like, on a day-to-day basis for... like a daily team that you're going to use against everything. Like, look right now. My first enemy's not green. My second enemy's not green. Ooh, we got 1 green enemy. By the time we get to that 3rd enemy, it's going to be dead by Queen Beatrix or Pycea. Or Gargoyle. Overall, it's a solid team. Tweak I would make is remove Savage Hunter for King Triton. Ah, okay. Yeah, that's another good option. Some sort of mana gen, yeah, so I agree. Sort of mana gen. You usually want 2 damage. Well, you know, I guess you got Essence of Evil and Pycea already, so if you wanted to, you could do another damage dealer for real. I just feel like between the Queen Beatrix and the Pycea, they're doing enough killing that you might as well get them up quicker. You'd almost be good with another Queen Beatrix. Just do Essence of Evil, Queen Beatrix, Pycea. Because you already got so much mana gen with the Essence of Evil and Pycea. Or like Tyrion said, King Triton or something. Because he does damage and 50% starts. So he's helping in both cases. So that might be the smartest move, the King's Triton, like Tyrion said. It's like now, the more that I think about it, I still don't like the Savage Hunter, right? But, you know, Leprechaun's always my go-to for stuff like that, because it can't hurt, and it's always helping. But, since you already have Essence of Evil, the Queen Beatrix is kind of doing mana gen and damage. The Pycea is kind of doing mana gen and could instant kill as well. Even the Essence of Evil is kind of killing and doing a little bit of stuff like that. So you might just go with another Queen Beatrix or King Triton or something like that, because you already got a lot of mana gen. But like, even if the Savage Hunter, man, that's fine. It's completely fine. Like, I just know your Queen Beatrix and Pycea are going to carry your team most of the time. Floor 3. We go to the boss, which is good because this team is the low-level team. Yeah, double Queen Bee is like a good thing. It's like a loop into itself. Gets an extra turn 40% of the time. Phonoxia would be another good one. I always do Queen Beatrix Phonoxia. Just to have a different color on there, some different color. Which is good, the Pycea on the bottom's taken in red. So, Pycea is good on there. It's blue, green, red, right? Or is it blue, brown, red? Something like that. Blue, brown, red would be even better, because then it's taking in the brown from the Queen Beatrix and it gets red too. I think it's blue, brown, red, right? I don't use it like all the time, but I like it. Alright, we're done with this. So, copy. It's a low-level team. Pasty. Paste. Paste. And change the name. TOD low. Alright, so that's the Tower of Doom. Any questions, put it in the chat. That's what the streams are for. Because when I make my video, I'm just like talking and not answering questions unless you leave it in the comments. So we did the Tower of Doom, which is the guild event right now. Next up would be the Soul Forge. Let's look at it. It has rotated. The dragon is Kumathalis. Kumathalis is the blue Stellaryx dragon. So if that's the only one you need for Stellaryx, then go ahead and craft it for 2000 Dragonite. It's going to be there all week. Getting closer to Pandemonia, y'all. I got like a perfect dungeon. I did a little bit of vault. I still need a little bit, though. I need 400 or 350. I hate when that happens. I went all the way out. Alright, the mythics are Aldrich, Sagittarian. You know how I feel about him. He's trash. WoW Queen. Garganchar's trash as well. We have 2 trash mythics. But we also have the Wild Queen and Aldrich. So Wild Queen is definitely the best one here. It's not as amazing or used as much as it used to be used, I gotta say. So to be completely honest, you know what I mean? Like, not as many people are using the Wild Queen these days. Her heyday was like 3 years ago, 4 or 5 years ago, right? But she's still a really good one. You can't, just because, you know, I don't know. It's like Infernus almost, or Obsidious, Wild Queen, Wild King. They're still really good mythics. Just wouldn't be it wouldn't be the first one I would have you craft, but it's a top 20. It's just so good you can't not make it a top 20. 22 green, purple, brown, Pan's Veil, Elemental Wildfolk. Steal up to 60 attack from an enemy and give it to my first ally. Create a mix of 22 skulls and green gems. So why that's good is you're stealing attack, usually from the first enemy or the second enemy. Whatever one's going to still be there. Usually what you do. Because you want to steal attack from something that's going to potentially do skull, hit you with skulls. So sometimes you don't steal it from their first, you steal it from their second, because you're going to kill their first with the mix of skulls and green gems. So steal attack from their second, it gives it to your first, which is the person doing the skull damage, and then it does a mix of skulls and green gems, so you can hit with skulls, so you can get green back, you know. Summons a Bone Storm and an ally dies, that's pretty much nothing, because you don't want to be dying. So it doesn't really have good traits. Spell is very good, though. It's a very good spell. Pretty much really good Skull Troop. Pretty safe as well. You know, if you throw up 22 skulls and green gems, sometimes it might backfire. But since you just stole a bunch of attack from them, they're not going to hit you as hard. So that's cool. She's good. I don't know where I would put her these days as far as... I think she's still top 20, but she's got to be with a red arrow down. You know what I mean? She's probably down in the teens somewhere at this point. She might be hanging in there at like 19 or 16 or... I don't know where I put her on my last one, but I'd probably move her down a slot or two at this point. Just because I haven't used her in forever. It's like, at some point you got to move them down a little bit. Is that hair or a cape? I think it's a cape. Her hair's yellow. Her cape's red. Okay. She's good though, solid. Top 20. Then you got Aldrich, who would be number 2 in this crop of 4. 24 blue, red, brown, Sword's Edge, Undead Knight. Steal life from the first 2 enemies, boosted by Ghost Gems, then curse and freeze them. 65% skull. Decent. Sometimes I use him. I can't remember for what. Sword's Edge or Knight, probably. But he's not amazing at all. He's like a... He steals the life, which is better than just dealing the damage. He does 2 enemies, which is better than 1. He has a boost ratio, which is better than not having a boost ratio. It's not a good one, though. And then he curses and freezes, which is better than not doing anything else. He has 65% skull, which is better than having nothing. You know what I mean? He's like kind of above average. He's probably a B- or a C+, something like that. So definitely not top 20. But you might use him here or there. You don't want to craft mythics that you're just going to use here or there. You want to get those with keys randomly. Number 3, who's the best of the poopy ones? Got Gargantuar or Sagittarian. All he's good for is showing off his nips. Deal true damage to an enemy, then steal either 10 magic or 20 life or 20 armor from the enemy. So it's single target, which I hate, and then it's or, which I hate. Light Storm at the start of battle is the only thing it does. Some freaking epics probably do that. But if you want to look at some nipples and some abs and a navel, there you go. All the astrological mythics stink except for Pycea, remember that. But he is probably better than Gargantuar, I don't know. Probably pretty close. 22 red, purple, brown, Groshnog, Demon, Orc. Deal damage to an enemy, boosted by all allies and enemies killed. Nah, this thing's trash. Even Sagittarian's better than this. So it goes Wild Queen, then Aldrich, then Nipplefobs, then Gargantuar. And I wouldn't craft any of them, really. Wild Queen would be like the most acceptable one to craft, but you should probably keep saving. Legendaries, you have Orion. He's just old as dirt. Sylvanemora's old too, but an oldie but a goodie, I guess. Artema, a little bit underrated, but not too bad. And Essentia. Essentia is the best one just because it 50% starts dragons, and literally, pretty much that's it. You know, it has a Light Storm at the start of battle, so at least it's doing something else, I guess. But you will use Essentia. It's a top 20 legendary just because of that third trait. Just like Holy Saint Astra is a top 20 legendary just because of 50% starts Tesla, who's the #1 legendary. So, Essentia is a top 20, but its spell is terrible. You're never going to cast that. Unless you need a summon, I guess. But most likely you got this on for... You're doing Chrysanthrax, you're doing something like that. It's the 50% start all the crazy good dragons in the game. So you should probably get it if you don't have it. It's a Dragon's Claw week though, so could get it with event keys as well. It's the best one in here for legendaries. Number 2, probably Artema these days. 14 yellow, brown, Divinian Field, Centaur. Explode a row, deal 60 damage to the 2 weakest enemies, boosted by allies Centaurs. 40% chance to dodge, 50% chance to ignore armor with skull damage, and reduce damage from skulls by 25%. Nothing crazy good. It's shiny though too, so I would rank it above Sylvanemora these days. Sylvanamora, oldie. 17, green, brown, Forest Thorns dragon. Explode a column, deal damage to all enemies. Too many good dragons. It's only typing as dragon. You know, you can get better dragons in the underworld, and then you're definitely getting better dragons out of eggs. So you're probably never using this thing. Entangle the first enemy on 4 or 5 gem match. 25% chance to summon a dragonet on death. It's okay. It's not bad. Just, it suffers from the typing situation. There's too many other good dragons. Sorry, Sylvanamora. Orion's the worst. It's never been great. So, and it's super old. 11 green, yellow, Divinian Fields Phase Centaur. Deal a range of damage. It could be 36, but it could also be 72. Damage to an enemy, and hunters mark them, gain 5 magic. It's not bad. It's just super average. Super average. It's too single target for me. I don't like it. It's too single target, basically. That is all the troops. If you're going to get anything, I'd say Essentia. But then after that, Wild Queen. The weapons! This might be very important this week. I think there's a weapon for Ruby Weapon in here. Dragon's Claw. We'll see, though. Got the Doom the Valor. Another chance to get that in the Soul Forge if you somehow have 0 gems or something. But you should probably get it in the event if you can. You just get so much other good stuff with it. If you get it here, you get nothing else. You just get the weapon. If you get it in the event, you get all the other crap that leads up to it. If I don't mention it, it's always here. Draconic Might is very stinky. Doom Shield is a Doom toilet seat lid. Doom Spear is very good. Any kind of Doom Spear are the best of the doomed weapons. Doom Shovel, Doom Spear, Doomed, whatever they call them. Doom Spear, Doom Shovel. They have all kinds of names, but they look like that, and they're every color. You know, this one's the yellow one. It deals damage to the first 2 enemies, +2 per tempering level. Create 2 yellow gems for each yellow ally and enemy. If the enemy has a Doom, gain a random status effect. It's a loopy weapon. You make your whole team yellow, and you try to use it against yellow enemies, but even if there aren't, it's still pretty good. Doesn't have to be exclusively used against yellow enemies, but it does want to be used with exclusively yellow allies. And it's nice if there's yellow. There's usually going to be at least 1 or 2 yellow enemies, you know. But doesn't have to, but best case scenario, the whole team's yellow, enemy team's yellow too. But it's still okay even without that, especially if you have something else on the team putting yellow on the board. You have a yellow storm every turn or something like that. So Doom Spear, definitely recommend. Best yellow doomed weapon. Okay, this is always here, always here, always here, always here. Let's look. Is it this one? This one? Hold on. This one? Nope, that's Broken Spire. Am I tripping? Is it the gun? Yeah. See Dragon's Claw? Dread Arquebus is going to be in the Soul Forge. So that's going to be the most important thing to get if you don't have Ruby Weapon. Scaled Blade is not good. Dread Arquebus! Very important. Don't leave this week without it. I don't care if you got to open every single vault key you got. I don't care if you got to borrow your mom's credit card or your daughter's credit card or your husband's credit card or your wife's credit card. Whatever you got to do to get this thing, you should get it this week. Otherwise, you're going to wait another 38 freaking weeks just to get Ruby Weapon. This is an ingredient you need for the Ruby Weapon. You cannot get the Ruby Weapon without this weapon right here. So do it. Do it. Just do it! It's the best thing in here, in the entire Soul Forge probably, because I use Ruby Weapon's the best damage dealing weapon in the game. It'd be like you're getting Chrysanthrax or something crazy, but for weapons. Kind of more like a Tesla, actually. Be like kind of getting Tesla, I would say, but a little bit better. I think it's better than Tesla because it explodes too. Tesla doesn't explode too. Tesla has a better boost ratio. Tesla can be used with Ruby Weapon too. They're not like one or the other. They go together good too. It reminds me of Tesla, but a little bit of mana gen instead of so much damage. They're about the same. They're both just as good as each other. Neither one's better than the other. Ruby Weapon and Tesla, really, really good. That's what it reminds me of, though. If you happen to get this, it's kind of like getting another Tesla, but in weapon form. But it's kind of used like Chrysanthrax for weapons. Like, it's the best damage-dealing weapon. Wings of Destruction is good. It's an explodey for dragons. So if you already have Dread Arquebus and the Doomed Weapon, you'd probably get Wings of Destruction next. Dragon Tails is your toolbox weapon. You know, if you have all that other stuff, it'd be the next best thing after Wings of Destruction. Doom Focus is doo-doo. It's like a stick it in the toilet. Torque of the Dragon is doo-doo. Mesa Claws is good. It's a toolbox weapon as well. It's probably better than the other one. Volcanic Shield stinks. Mystery Egg is interesting, but not good enough. It'd be like before the crap. You might grab it after you have everything else that's even kind of good. Explosion, another one that's just kind of, you know, 4 gems, yay. But it's better than like the super dookie crap that I was saying was crap. Maybe, just barely. But yeah, that's the Soul Forge. So the very most important thing, you got the Dread Arquebus. So if you do not have Ruby Weapon and you do not have the Dread Arquebus, that should be your #1 priority, 100%. Get that thing before the end of the week. It'll be there the entire week until Sunday. So if you just did the Vault event and you somehow don't have enough of this jewel or this diamond or that diamond, you got all week to open all your vault keys, all your epic vault keys, do your dungeon, buy the offer, like pay attention, see which jewel you need or whatever, and then buy the offer to get more of them. You know, with gems. I'm not telling you to spend money, but you could also spend money, I guess, if you really need to. So, Dread Arquebus #1, because Ruby Weapon's so important and you don't want to wait another 38 weeks. #2 would be Essentia, probably. #3 would probably be the Doomed Weapon, the yellow shovel. And then you got Queen, or, you know, the Queen, whatever her name is. Forget her name already. Wild Queen. And then some of the other weapons that I mentioned. Something like that. So that's the Soul Forge. Really good one, actually. It turned out to be pretty good. You got Wild Queen, Essentia, Dread Arquebus, Doomed Spear, Wings of Destruction. Some good stuff in there. Alright, let's take a look at the shop. Got Bloodstone Dragon. Is this thing any good? 14 red, brown, Dragon's Claw, Dragon. Deal damage to all enemies. It's a good start. Of a chosen color. Then burn them. Convert all green gems to volcano gems. Okay, I brought it back at the end there. Ooh, I was like, ooh, ooh. You know, it's one of those. Convert all green gems to volcano gems. I like that. I like it has a conversion. I like it hits all enemies. It's going to do some mana gen. It might get an extra turn. 50% skull. Create a bleed gem when I take skull damage. Okay, so it basically just says 50% skull. It's not bad. I like it. It's a little bit. It's good. It's better than recent stuff that we've gotten. I don't know if you're going to use it a lot, but it's usable. It's the new heroic gem that explodes upward and everything, so it's even better than just converting like green to red. Because it's going to convert green to red and then explode upward as well. And volcano gems falling from the sky are weaker than stuff you can, like if you convert green on the bottom and then it explodes up, that's way better than like volcano gems falling from the sky and exploding up into the sky and doing nothing. So I like the last sentence kind of brought me back. Convert all green gems to volcano gems. I'll have to mess with it. It sounds I would say good. Not amazing. I'm not like jumping for joy, but it's decent. Worth messing with type stuff. Uses red. Gonna turn green to red. Get it back up maybe. Gotta find a good team for it. Team that doesn't use a lot of green, a team that uses lots of red, or maybe something that also puts red on the board. Would be good with it. Doomed, like the red Doomed Weapon or something like that. Doom Shovel Weapon. This guy. something else. I don't know. I like it though. It's interesting. That's probably how I feel about it. Interesting. Which isn't bad. That's a good thing. I like... When I say it's interesting, I kind of mean above average at least. Alright, we got Arcane Lava Trade Stones. That's red and brown. So this is where your opportunity to go trade a bunch of stuff for just glory. Doesn't cost gems, it doesn't cost gold, it doesn't cost keys or a bunch of work or anything. You just glory that hopefully you're saving up for stuff like this. Red and brown. Let's go check it all out. Red, brown, all colors. Base rarity, show all. So this will tell you what uses that stone. Remember, the mythics have 3 colors, so you can't 100% know unless you click on them and you don't have them traded already type stuff. I'll call them out anyway, so you can take a look. But we're talking about legendary and under mostly, 100%, you know? I 100% know which legendaries will use this stone. But for mythics, I'm just guessing. Like this one has the create 2 Doom Skulls at the start of my turn. That would be useful. Top of the head, top of the dome. This one has Death Below. Should probably get that fully traded if possible. This one has Earthquake. This one has the Death Mark. Not super important, but better than other stuff that you know you would trade eventually. This guy has a really Curse and Disease. I guess that's not really good, but he gains 2 mana back, so it is important for him to have Rat Swarm. Tina has traits, you know, nothing too crazy, but it's like the full package of Tina to have its traits as well, which makes it really good. Its spell is mostly what makes it really good, but also to have its traits rounds it out, make it a really good mythic. Alright, we're down into the legendaries now, so this is 100% for sure. Definitely use this stone. This guy does a burn. Kind of not really needed these days, but it's something. This one has the Lava Storm that nothing else in the game has, so... And it happens every turn, it keeps going. It's perpetual. That's pretty important. Magma Storm. This guy, 50% start for dwarves. You want all of those eventually. It's kind of like getting all the empowered converters. It's you know, getting all the toolbox weapons, getting all the 50% starts. It's just smart to eventually have everything. So, like, if we have a dwarf restriction, you can whip this guy out and 50% start the dwarves that you have to use. Plus, he's not horrible on top of that. He summons, he does damage to multiple. I would like to have Shagra fully, you know? Double skull damage versus burning, burn a random enemy. Just like the full package once again, like Tina. Not super important, though. This thing, 50% skull, might as well. Bone Storm. And we got an empowered converter. Definitely want those. You got Gargoyle. Good traits. And there's probably like one more empowered converter or something, right? Angry Mob, you might as well, I guess, but nothing too crazy. I guess he doesn't really have good traits, does he? I don't really see anything else, so yeah, what I said earlier. Get those. The Herald of Damnation, the Gargoyle. The Magma Dragon, the King Highforge. And then the Tina, the Scourge, the Pharaoh, the Obsidius, the Megavore, the Eye of Argus. Look at those, at least first. Oh, the event key drop table is Dragon's Claw. You would think, if somebody, like, put all the names of all the kingdoms up somewhere and somebody was like, which one do you think has the best troops in it? You'd probably say Dragon's Claw. Like, you know that dragons are good. So, Dragon's Claw, that's got to be good, right? Well, let's see. Most of the dragons don't come from this kingdom, honestly. They might be from this kingdom, but a lot of them come out of eggs and don't come from event keys. Let's show all we did. Okay. So you got Bahamut. Nothing too crazy. Chromaticea. Nothing too crazy. Diamantina you can't get with event keys. Elmagram, an oldie but a goodie. Better stuff these days, for sure. Horde Mimic, which you can't get from event keys. Immortal Draken you can't get from event keys. Ishtara's solid. Like, this is like would go good with that Doom Spear we were talking about earlier. Ishtara. Tiamata, nah, nada. And that's it. You see? You'd think Dragon's Call would be really good. It's just got a bunch of weird, quirky dragons, and that's it. Bahamata, Chromaticea, Tiahamata. You know, the best ones are really Ishtara and Elamagrim, not those. So, it's not worth throwing event keys at this kingdom. There are way better kingdoms to throw event keys at. Adana, Zalcaris, Asian, Mist of Scales, Kitar, just to name 5. Then you have like Whitehelm, and there's a couple other ones that are better than this too. I mean, you got Davinia, you got Essentia, Gingeraxia, but usually you throw event keys to try to get mythics. And then the legendaries are like, oh, I'm glad there's some good legendaries too in case I miss. Venerboralix is good, Veneratus is good. It's not like the worst one ever. It might be top 10, but you really want to throw event keys at a top 5, not a top 10. The only reason it would even be close to a top 10 is because of Essentia and the nice empowered converters. Like, these are 2 of the best empowered converters in the game. Because they explode. They don't just... It's kind of like that dragon we just got in the Glory Shop. Instead of just turning a color to another color, it turns the color to another color, then explodes the freaking crap out of the board. Which is nice. Starts with full mana. These 2 are nice, but I wouldn't throw event key. Like, you know, sometimes when I say a kingdom isn't top 5, you might throw 100 event keys or 200, but don't be throwing 1,000 or something. Like, this might be one where you would throw 100 or 200, like you're doing a scratcher at the gas station, like trying to get lucky. But don't go crazy buying like 100 scratchers. You know, you're doing one scratcher hoping to get Essentia or Venerboralix or whatever, Veneratus, but you don't keep going and going and going like crazy and wasting all your event keys. Alright, what else is going on this week, everybody? Do you know? McKee Raid with the 5. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. You're a legend. Oh, yeah. I'm going to heart that. Bang. Running out there with Chad. Keeping Chad company. During Gnome Vault weekend isn't versus random. I ended up with 17 verses. I ended up with 17 verse 2, 12 verse 4, a few 3, but didn't get a single verse 1 for the weekend. Yeah, it is random. That's why you get unlucky like that. Unfortunately, there's always one that everybody's missing, right? Just the way it works. Because you get 4, you know, you're going to get a green one, and then a green one, and then a brown one, whatever the colors are. I don't even remember. But you know what I mean? You're going to get the first one, and then the first one, and then the second one, and then the third one, and then the first one, and then the third one, and then the second one, and then the fourth one. Then you're going to craft a gap. And then the fourth one's on 0 again. And then you're going to get the first one, and the second one, and the fourth one. Now you're going to craft a gap, and the fourth one's on 0 again, right? Because every time you get that one, you're crafting it. So if you never ran a gap, it would look more reasonable, right? But you're always going to have one that's lower than the rest. Everybody does. Like, Cindy was mine for a long time. Now it's Baz. Now it's Freddy for a minute. But it'll stay the same one for a while, just because every time you get it, you're using it. So it looks like you always have 0 type stuff. But that's normal. It's same thing for everybody. That happens. It's random, you're right. It's kind of like picking the same 3 rooms in the dungeon every day, and you get one perfect every 10 days. You know, you're getting verses, but you are getting the same 3. It's kind of like opening dragon eggs, and you keep getting duplicates, and you're just looking for that one that you need. Like, it always happens like that, but eventually you get it. Just keep going, all you can do is keep doing the thing. So keep hunting verses, or keep opening eggs, or keep doing boss chests. You get 10 boss chests and never get a Nisha, but it's in there somewhere. Leprechaun, Thrall, Caffrey, and all good to... Yep. Jump starters. Yeah, I should call them that. Ron Nolan, what's up? RD45 says, indeed, and using the Tide color to help with the blue, I used to use Emperina to provide some life instead of that Savage Hunter. Well, I'm glad. I'd rather see you use Savage Hunter than Emperina, but... Try the Leprechaun, try the another Beatrix, try Venoxia, try King Triton, like Tyrion said. I think any of those would be an improvement. Like, you have a good team, you're trying to improve. So I'm not saying your team's bad. Razor, I just need Lodestar for Ruby. Any idea when it's up? We definitely had Dread Arquebus and the Dread Cutlass, so you're probably not in a bad position. Lodestar's probably the next one coming through. I just don't... Sometimes their calendar doesn't go out far enough. Does anybody know when that's... Is it a Broken Spire or something? What was it? We can see... I'm about to go over the calendar, so I'll let you know if it's coming soon. They only go out like a month or two. Got the Ruby Weapon. We got the Lodestar. It's Broken Spire, yeah. So whenever we have Broken Spire, so you can look backwards and see when we had Broken Spire, then count 38 weeks from there. Or you can look forwards if they have it on the schedule. Be the only way to figure it out. Like, go look, like even if you type Broken Spire in on my channel, you could probably figure out when we last had Broken Spire. Then you count 38 weeks from there, and that'll tell you when it's coming back. I guess I could tell you, like, if I really wanted to, but let's see. Let me try to, if nobody else knows, I'll type in Broken Spire in my channel. April 6th? Oh my god, that was recently, y'all. April 6th, so it's gonna be a minute. I mean, it is August, so I guess that's not too bad. May, June, July, August, September, October, November, January, or December, January, February. It's gonna be around February-ish, sorry. But that's, hey, at least you have 2 out of 3. It's something like that. I don't know. I'm giving you a ballpark. Around the 1st. Around 2027 is when it's coming back. I'm surprised. I'm like thinking we're in the beginning of the year still. We're like over halfway through 2026. That's from what I think. The last live stream I did for Broken Spire was on April 6, 2026. I don't know. Man, I went really out of my way to help you there, huh? Like, I don't usually do that. Usually I'm like, does anybody know? Whatever. I investigated for you, Razor. Tyrion says, all gnome encounters are random. Just gnomes and verse gnomes show up more frequently. You always need verse 3? Yeah, dude. That's why you gotta, like, get it when it's there. That's why you get Dread Arquebus right now, because you don't want to repeat this situation and have it be another 38 weeks, right? You're still in a good position. You got 2 out of 3. You know, don't let it bother you that it's going to be... You know, it'll come before you know it, and then you'll have one of the best weapons in the game. You know, I just ballpark around February. I'm not 100%. It could be December. It could be January. No problem, man. That's what I'm here for. Yeah, 38 weeks. So that's almost like, what, 10 months? It's a little bit less than 10 months. That's how long it takes for a kingdom to come back around. Usually, sometimes something weird will happen, and they'll do they'll repeat a kingdom. Like if they decide to do some update and put in something crazy, and they want to repeat the kingdom. Like you might get lucky, but most of the time it's like 38 weeks. All right, back to the stream. What were we doing? Oh yeah, what else is going on this week? It is the 3rd of August, right? So this week is a Dragon's Claw week. And that means Dragon's Claw Underspire, Epic Trials, Weapons in the Soul Forge, a Banky Drop Table, Glory Shop Troop. The whole week is based on Dragon's Claw. Tomorrow is going to be Worm Run faction event. It's associated to Dragon's Claw. Wednesday, we have a new pet. I don't know if it's from Dragon's Claw. Sometimes the new pets aren't, but it possibly is. It's like a kitty princess pet. So everybody needs it. It's new tomorrow. So make sure you play tomorrow. Make sure you get a copy of it. Or Wednesday, sorry. Wednesday. Thursday is Dragon Guard class event, because Dragon Guard is the Dragon's Claw class. Friday we get a new mythic, and we have a bounty event. So pretty important weekend. The bounty event is very profitable, very quick, very good single-player event, and you get a new mythic. So I will be streaming on Friday for sure. And then we got Tower of Doom, of course. Red Tower of Doom, pretty easy. I showed 3 teams earlier. We had guild wars recently for red multiple times. You know, you guys have a lot of red teams, I'm sure. So make sure to use the red weapon. Make sure somebody's scouting. Make sure you're not getting boons. Make sure you're following the scout's advice, etc. Get the chat back up. And one more thing, and then we're out of here. Well, we got to make our video, but under Spire. One more thing, then we make our video, and then we get out of here. What's the restriction? Dragon's Claw, okay. Weapon restriction, also Dragon's Claw. We could make that team that I was talking about. We got Diamantina, though. Like, I'd probably use Diamantina. This is the only time I would ever use Diamantina. I have Stellarex, I have Chrysantherax. So I kind of want to use it just because I never get to use it. Type stuff. So you probably do Essentia, Diamantina. What else? Divina, maybe? I don't know. Probably just the Empowered Converters, right? All we need is brown to yellow and red to yellow. Probably all you need. Well, I can't do just that. I want to do, I like using my hero, at least. I mean, it is a high-level team. I don't have to. We can do red to yellow, or we can do brown to yellow. I'm probably going to use my hero, just because I always do. I think I'll use Venerable Alex. And then I'm going to do Essence of Evil or something. Or wait, I don't know, because then I have to use... Let's see. I can't use Essence of Evil. Maybe I will just do no hero. I don't usually do that, but I feel like that's the best way to go. Like, none of these weapons are better than, like, doing another Empower Converter, probably. I mean, later on, you might want to use a weapon, so you have, like, a summon and stuff like that. I think I'll just do it, because even though we're using all blue and... It doesn't matter. We can still do Wings of Destruction. The other two are... Like, Essentia we don't need to cast, and Venerable Alex is empowered, so... I think that's what you would do. There's no other explodey weapon, right? We're not trying to loop on yellow. We're not using Dragon's Guard. So that's the only weapon that makes sense. And I'd probably just throw it in first slot if I'm going to use it. And then... This is doing brown to yellow. Okay. Something like that for high-level players. Like I said, you could not use your hero at all and just do Veneratus as well. Put Diamantina in first slot. What class? I want to do Titan. Okay, so I want to do Titan so it drops a bunch of brown and then I could turn them to yellow. I don't know why, but that's how I feel. Might not though, because of Essentia, right? Never mind. Essentia's gonna make everything... Summon a Light Storm at the start of battle, so everything's gonna be yellow anyway. So it doesn't really matter what class we do. Hero's not really helping much, is it? What's the point? I think I'm gonna, you know, whatever. Wings of Destruction if you want. If you want to level a class. If not, I'm gonna make a team with no hero for this. Underspire. I'm gonna go like that. If your Diamantina starts getting too hurt, you could throw something in front of it, or put your hero on the team. Any reason not to do this? Other than you don't have all classes on 100? I already have all mine on 100, so... The banner would be like blue, yellow, I guess. That's fine. I mean, this does no, it transfers brown. Okay. That's fine then. Getting rid of brown anyway. Alright, let's go. Let's see what happens. This is our high level Underspire team. You look at your converters first, always. So we can do brown to yellow. We can do red to yellow. So, instead of just doing this, go ahead and cast it, because you'll also get this big one as well up here. It'll be worth more if you just cast it. And it's up, and they're dead. Free lantern. How long have we been streaming? Okay, not too bad. Let's do like one more fight. You guys get it. You got 2 Empower Converters, you got a 50% start, you got a dragon. Alright, this time we have the other one. That's why you got 2. Take that real quick, and then we do this. There it is. Worked both times. Rainbow Crystal. That's why you do this. Underspire is amazing, y'all. If you're not doing it, you're just missing out. See, I just randomly got a Rainbow Crystal on my second fight. That can happen. Everything's in here, pretty much. You can get Dragonite from a random fight. You can get crystals from random fights. You can get Kingdom experience from random fights. You can get tokens from random fights. Like, everything's in here, I swear. Pretty much. Except for, like, gold marks or something. But, let's, why'd I get out? Let's copy this for our high-level team. Throw it in our collection for the video I'm about to make. Will you come on? Paste it in. It's a high-level team. Alright, now, here comes the mid. In case you don't want to do that. In case you want to level a class. In case you don't have Diamantina. But remember, you could throw Wings of Destruction on here instead of Inaratus also. So let's get rid of this for sure. Am I going to keep those things? I don't know. Try to make a team that is legendary and under. Great Worm's not a bad idea. You could do just triple Great Worm with Wings of Destruction or something. It'd probably work fine. Let's take everything off for now. I like Great Worm and it's easy to get. Ginteraxia is decent. This new dragon, you could try that out. Green to red. Wouldn't be bad for this. Those are mostly what I like. Could use the shovel weapon. Egg Thief's not bad. So, let's see. Unfortunately, there's no other troops that are going to put yellow on the board, so... But you could do, like, 3 Great Worms with the Doom Shovel, or 2 with the... Could be fun. I kind of want to try the new dragon, honestly, but... I think, like, the best you could do is probably something like this, maybe. I think that's pretty cool. If we use this guy... You have to, they're not always, he's not going to hit everything always. That's the problem I had with it. I don't know. I think I like the team I got. Everything on here is, like, this thing's in the Soul Forge and the event key drop table. This thing's in the Underworld. This thing's in the Soul Forge. Like, most accessible for sure. And then, The class doesn't matter too much. You might want to level Dragon Guard, because we have the 50% start. When normally if you use Dragon Guard, you're not going to have that, unless you're using Essentia. It's a good time to level up your Dragon Guard. Red allies gain 1 magic. Gain 2 to all skills if in first. Which one should we do? We're going to be casting the weapon way more than the dragons, but... Bonus red, Dispel. They're going to go with Dispel, just in case they're doing something stupid. We got triple skull damage to burning. Let's keep that. Then for the banner, we got all yellow, so start there. And the only other color of consequence is the red. So yellow, red. And we have no green, so Lantern Banner. This will be my mid. Let's run it. Doom Spear's kind of high mid, because it costs like 900 diamonds, I guess. But Underspire's kind of high mid. Should definitely be doing it by that point. It's cool as you do some skulls, you kill a couple enemies, and then your Doom Spear's up and you kill the rest of them. It's like, I'm not a big fan of doing skull and spell, but since everything does spell too, or not really. We killed everything with skulls there, and I wasn't really trying to do that, but it's a cool, like, happy accident when it happens. Shiny dust? Are you kidding me? If people aren't convinced to do the Underspire at this point, there's no convincing you. It was already good when it first came into the game, because you could double gold orbs. You could get a gold elite mythic every week from the Underspire. Plus minion orbs, plus Dragonite, plus back in the day it had writs and epic vault keys, and now just random fights are going to give you shiny dust, rainbow crystals. Like, some of the fights aren't even fights anymore. It's faster, easier, and more valuable. Gotta do your own. Underspire is one of the most important things to do. Let's do another fight, and then we'll end the video here shortly. The stream. Red and yellow. Our team doesn't cover very many colors. Is one bad thing about it. We only got red and yellow. We can get that weapon up though. And skulls just keep happening too. There we go. Extra turn off the spear. Pretty good. Pretty good. I think the accessibility of it's the best part, but then the ability to level up Dragon Guard as well. Use the Doom Spear you just got, maybe. The Essentia you just got, maybe. Pretty topical. Definitely use the Diamantina, though, if you got it. Then another team you could do is Ishtara with the Doom Spear. That was another thing I was thinking of maybe doing. Or the new troop from the Glory Shop is alright, but I just didn't like that you had to pick which enemies to hit with it. It's like a Grovanga almost. Ba 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 la 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 la. Alright. That's everything. So red is easy. Yeah, red's good. What up? Or whatever your name is. MHMH. We've just had, like, red we have all the time in factions. Red, we just had 2 guild wars with red. Every day in PvP you probably have red, or at least sometimes. We have red restrictions all the time, so people should know what to do, pretty much. It's almost like a bounty event. Like, we've had red so much that people probably already have teams for the Tower of Doom. But it's just like explaining like how it works too. It's the most like misunderstood event in the game, probably, Tower of Doom. People be getting a million bounties and scouts be going to the 80th floor and stuff like that. Alright, let's make my video and then I'm gonna get out of your hair. What do you think it's the hardest tower without dragons? if I didn't... I mean, I don't know what you mean by that, but if you mean like if you don't have any dragons, do Tesla, so it's not hard. She got Tesla. Tesla's not a dragon. Oh, see. Yeah, Underspire's amazing, guys. If you're doing Explorer 16, do Underspire instead. It's better. Alright, let's make my video, and then I'm going to get out of your hair. I'm in your hair, it's itchy, and you want me out of it. So I'm out of here. Let's see. What am I going to do? I'm going to talk about the Tower of Doom, and then I'll talk about the Soul Forge, and then I'll talk about the Underspire. And today I have 3 red Tower of Doom teams for you. I have the Soul Forge. We'll talk about that. What's in there, what's good, what isn't. And then 2 Underspire teams for the Dragon's Claw Underspire. Let's start with the Tower of Doom. Red restriction. We've had red a lot lately, so you should have a team. Takshakas, Chrysanthrax, Stellarix, etc. It's red. Tesla. Gargoyle. There's all kinds of red stuff. You've done red a lot lately, so it's probably not the team you're looking for, but you can confirm by looking at mine, you know, what the best teams are. Tower of Doom, how's it work, right? Scout. They go through every room. They tell you what's in every room. Then you only go in the good rooms. It's that simple. Don't waste the Scout's time. Don't waste the Scout's gems. Do what they say. Only go in the good rooms. Unlock, luck, heroism, fireball, and haste. If you want more information, go watch my stream from earlier. But if you're not a scout, you should only be going in those rooms. Floor 4, we got room 2 life, room 3 unlock, room 4 attack, room 5 life. So we need to go in only room 3. I'm not a scout right now. You might be a scout sometimes and not a scout sometimes. Here's my low-level team. We got Gargoyle, Harpy Mage, and Doomed Lavalier. You have to, you don't have to, right? You can sit on the toilet backwards, right? But the Doom Lavalier will give you more points if you use it. It's like the captain of this event. The tower has the tower killers, the raid has the boss killers, the bounty has the bounty captain, the world event has the medal, the Tower of Doom has the doomed weapon. So put it on your team there, and then make a nice 3-person red team. Gargoyle, Harpy Mage, and the weapon is my low-level team. Let's see it in action. Very easy to get team for low-level players. I also have a mid and a high, so hang in there if that's what you're looking for. Brown and yellow, sure. Gargoyle on 2. Gargoyle on 4, and we win. Pretty simple. If you want to see more fights with it, go check out my live stream. But next, we only need to fight the boss, right? Nothing else there. Stats. Let the scouts get the stats. You know, go watch my stream for more information. There's the low-level team. If you have no Tesla, no dragons, nothing like that, then use this. You can get these 3 troops from the underworld easily, and you can get this one from the shop. Super accessible. Double red, brown, minus blue. Make sure to do Geomancer class so you 50% start those gargoyles and your hero. The Harpy Mage has a 75% start, so your team is ready to go right away. Alright, the next one we'll do is the probably high level. TOD high. Todd got high and he lost his job. Guild. Tower. And we just fight the boss, right? There's only one unlock. Paste. Okay, Chrysanthrax, Zarg, Doom Lavalier is what I'm going to use. It's working pretty good for me. Just make sure to use a Medal of Anu with it. Another way to go about this would be Harpy Mage and Mirage Queen if you don't have 2 Zargs. But use Chrysanthrax if you got it. Paste it in. And I use Geomancer because it's the only thing that kind of made sense. The Zargs are constructs. We can 50% start them if we need a little bit of extra damage from them. Normally the Chrysanthrax, it's going to get up on first or second turn here. It's pretty quick. Boom, second turn that time. Everything's dead that didn't get summoned. Now the summon's dead as well. Fastest thing I could think of. Lure 5 for high level player. We got 2 haste, 3 armor, 4 life, and 5 unlock. I'm only going to do 2 haste and 5 unlock. Haste is a extra turn, pretty much. Unlock is the key to the boss room. Fireball is a free clear of a room higher up in the tower. Heroism's a free clear of an entire floor higher up in the tower. And is that everything? Luck is 2 points. Pretty much double your points. So we got 2 and 5 on floor 5. 2 and 5. All right, let's go get our other team though for mid. We got Tesla. So you're good either way. No matter if you don't have Chrysanthrax, you're fine. You got Tesla. Tesla's amazing as well. Let's copy that and paste it in. 2 and 5. Paste. Paste. Unfortunately, we cannot use Ruby Weapon because we have to use the Doom Lavalier. That was one of the first things that came to mind. Ruby Weapon, but no, you can't. Gotta use this crappy Doomed Weapon for more points. Right, we got Tesla. We also have an Empowered Converter and a Harpy Mage. So we look at this always first. Green to blue. Does that make an extra turn? No. So let's do Harpy Mage. On Tesla. Now she's up. And they're all dead as soon as they stop doing stuff. So it's a good one. Tesla, always a good one. If you can use her, you should. I did Sun Spear this time. Sun Spear, because there's no, like, it doesn't matter what class you do really on this team, so we might as well have a bunch of red falling. Perpetual Red Storm. Double red, blue, minus brown. So that is what I would do. If you're a high-level player, use Chrysanthrax or Takshaka. Takshaka was the other example, another good one. If you're mid, do Tesla or Emberclaw was the other example I did on my stream. And if you're low level, you got Gargoyle and Pandalista. So there's 2 options for every level of player that you are. Soulforge. What's in here? Anything good? Let's look at the dragon first. You got Kumathalas, so that is the Stellaryx blue dragon if you're looking for it. It's going to be there all week. The Mythics, the best one in here was the Wild Queen. I did speak about how I don't use it as often as I used to. It's probably still a top 20, but it's heading towards the bottom of the top 20. It's still like an A-tier Mythic, though. 22 green, purple, brown, Pan's Veil, Elemental Wild Folks. Deal up to 60 attack from an enemy and give it to my first ally. Create a mix of 22 skulls and green gems. Solid troop. Good skull troop. I talked about it a lot on my stream, but it's the best Mythic there. Right now. It's top 20, but not like crazy. You don't have to craft it. I mean, if you already got all the good stuff, you would craft it next type thing. Number 2 for Mythics, we had the Wild Queen, and then we had Aldrich. He's just okay. You'll use him here or there. You know. 24 blue, red, brown, Sword's Edge, Undead Knight. Steal life from the first 2 enemies, boosted by Ghost Gems, then curse and freeze them. 65% skull. Nice above average Mythic. Maybe a B-, C+. I use him occasionally here or there. Which you probably shouldn't craft a Mythic that you're just going to use occasionally here or there. You should probably try to get him randomly off a key somehow instead. But Sagittarian, unfortunately. That'll show you how bad this... Yeah, Wild Queen's good, but Sagittarian's making 3rd. All the astrological Mythic. He's just here to show you his nips, and that's it. Deal true damage to an enemy, then either steal 10 magic or. So single target, and then or with the Light Storm. I don't like him. I think he's below average at best. Gargantuar was the worst one in here. Killed. So your team has to be dying for him to do a bunch of damage. That's stupid. This is one of the dumbest Mythics in the game. One of the dumbest troops in the game, honestly. He's bottom 5 Mythic. Crazy. Should be one of the last ones you ever craft. As far as legendaries go, Essentia was the best one, just because it 50% starts dragons. There's so many awesome dragons in the game that Essentia is kind of like a Nepo baby, or like, you know, somebody that got hired by their family member and then they can't lose their job. That's what Essentia is. She doesn't have a good spell. She's lazy as hell. But, you know, her dad owns the company, right? So she's got 50% start for dragons, and you're going to use her for that reason. So she's a top 20 legendary just because she has a 50% start for dragons. Chrysantherax gets 50% started by Essentia. She's on the fastest team in the game. Nepo baby. Let's see. What would be number 2 for legendaries? Number 2 for legendaries would be, I think I said Artima, yeah. Artima's shiny now, so I think it's better than Sylva Namora. 14 yellow, brown, Divinian Field, Centaur, Explode a Road, deal damage to the 2 weakest enemies, boosted by ally Centaurs, has 40% chance to dodge. It has 50% chance to ignore armor with skull damage. It has 25% skull. Solid all around legendary. Nothing too crazy though, so don't be crafting it, but it's number 2. Number 3 is Sylva Namora. Too many good dragons in the game. Too old. You're never going to use it. 17, green, brown, Forest of Thorns dragon. It's not bad, it's just suffers from its typing and how old it is. Explode a column, deal damage to all enemies. Entangle the first enemy in 4 or 5 gym match. 25% chance to summon a Dragonet on death. You know, the only person in the world that would use this if they get lucky and get it, like, on their first day of playing the game or something, or their first week, or their first month or something, I don't know. You're going to replace it quickly, though. I think Queen Beatrix is probably better. You can get that in the Underworld, you know. King Gobtruffle is better. You can get that in the Underworld. You're going to get a drag. You're going to open a dragon egg pretty quickly, and that one will be better. So, it's way too easy to replace with something better, basically. Orion has never been good. It's old, and it's still not good, you know? 11 green, yellow, Divinian Fields, Phase Centaur. Deal a range of damage to an enemy, and hunters mark them. Gain 5 magic. 75% chance. It's got okay traits, but still just single target. His spell is trash with, like, okay traits. He gets summoned by something. When you summon him, you know, that's okay. But you don't want to put him on your team on purpose. You summon him in Arena, that's when he's, like, the only time he's good. That's it. So that's the troops. Essentia is probably the most important, and then the Wild Queen after that. Weapons, there's some good weapons. It turned out to be a pretty good Soul Forge, even though it's just Wild Queen and Essentia. Essentia is important. Essentia is important. As far as weapons go, the good ones, got Doom Spear. I'm using this for one of my teams. I think an Underspire. It's the best yellow doomed weapon. It's kind of like the way that you do the Loopy Journey troops now. Yellow Doom Spear. Very good. The most important thing in the game, though, Dread Arquebus. Most important thing this week right now, if you don't have it, Dread Arquebus. This is one of the weapons you need to make Ruby Weapon. The Red Macaque, the Red Macau, whatever you say. So you need this thing. Because look, it's right here. It's right here. So it's one of the ingredients to Ruby Weapon. So do not leave this week without it. No matter if you got to go rob a convenience store, do it. Because you need that thing. Wings of Destruction is cool. It's an explodey for dragons. So once you have the Doom Spear and the Dread Arquebus and all that, you would get this maybe next. Dragon Tails, Toolbox Weapon. Eventually get it after you get all the other good stuff. Mesa Claws, even better Toolbox Weapon. And yeah, that's about it. So the story of the Soul Forge really is the Dread Arquebus, if you do not have Ruby Weapon. If you do have Ruby Weapon, then you don't care about Dread Arquebus, and you're probably getting the Doom Spear. If you have both of those, you're looking at Wings of Destruction and Toolbox Weapons. If you're me, you're looking at nothing, because you have everything. Alright, Underspire. Very important these days. We played a little bit on stream. I got a Rainbow Crystal. I got Shiny Dust. Everything's in here. You should be playing this. So these teams are more important than ever. So hopefully you're doing this. Alright, we got Doom Spear, Great Worm, Essentia. Kind of a fun, super accessible team. I don't think it's like the best thing you could be doing, but it's up there. It's good. It's fun. It's easy to get. We got some skulls. We got some red extra turn. We got some more skulls. Boom, boom, boom. And not yet. Oh, there they're dead. So, pretty fun. And you got a bunch of spell damage, too. So you got skulls just all the time. You got the shovel doing yellow. A bunch of yellow on the board. Damage to multiple enemies. You got the dragons who can do damage to all enemies. They're throwing the skulls up with their third trait. Everything on that team is pretty... You can get right now. Everything on this team you can get right now. Doom Spear's in the Soul Forge. Great Worm is in the Underworld. And Essentia is in the Soul Forge and the Event Key drop table. Super accessible. Might cost you a little bit, but it's all there and it's all for sale and you can buy it all right now. That's a fun mid team. What I would call it. Okay, the real team, like the high level team, if you would just want to hurry up and get this thing done, what I'm going to use, make sure you have all classes on 100 though if you do this team. I hate when people show teams like this and they don't mention that. I'd rather see you like leveling a class whenever possible. I don't usually do this. But I went with Diamantina, Veneratus, and Essentia. So everything to get up Diamantina and cast it. 50% starting it, and we got 2 Empower Converters. All to get up Diamantina, cast it, and win. Later on, I might move Diamantina down a little bit, just so it doesn't die as easy. You could put Wings of Destruction on here instead of, like, Veneratus or Veneratus or something, if you want. If you want to level a class and still use this team, you could do Wings of Destruction instead of one of the 2 Empower Converters. You definitely want Diamantina and Essentia and one of the 2 Power Converters, but you could do Wings of Destruction and if you want. But I think this is the best way to go if you're just trying to get it done as quickly as possible. Just get up Diamantina super fast, cast it, and win. And you never get to... Once you get Stellarex and Chrysantherax, you never get to use Diamantina. Why not show it some love and use it for once? Come on. Alright, we got red to yellow. Do we have it? Yes, right here. You see that? Extra turn, that's when you cast it. Boom, he's up. Or she's up, or whatever. Her name's Tina, so I guess it's a woman. Diamantina. Just like Roanne. Diamantina and Roanne. There you go! That's the Underspire. The class don't matter unless you're going for class weapons, which would be kind of weird if you're using this team. But yeah, Wings of Destruction instead of one of the Empower Converters if you still want to level a class. Now maybe you could level Dragon Guard or something. But yeah, that's it for this one. A like, share, subscribe, consider joining. It helps a lot too. Get a bunch of comment below. And I'll see y'all next time, which will be, I guess, tomorrow. I might stream tomorrow. I think I owe you one. Maybe we'll do ranking the difficulty of Worm Run tomorrow. I think I owe you guys, right? I owe you one, right? Did we do it? We did Saturday, though. That was where I owed you one. Never mind. I don't know. We'll see if I do tomorrow. Not sure. Maybe I'll put out the first new account playthrough instead. Not sure. Just stay tuned. I may or may not stream tomorrow. We'll see. But yeah, peace. I don't know why I'm telling them all that. Like, made the video longer for no good reason. Acting like I'm ending the stream, but I was just ending the video. 17 minutes. Such a trash. I was trying to do that one fast, too, and I couldn't do it. Too much talking. There's no blabbermouth. Anyway, back to the stream. You guys have any questions? Anything you want to talk about real quick before I get out of here? Nothing new with the campaign, right? It's just same old thing. Collect this. Making progress slowly here. How many vault keys did y'all get? Tyrion said he got 300. I remember that. Anybody else get a decent amount? Did you have trouble with Explorer? Was it like being annoying for you? I had a time where I had to do the cancel confirm trick like 5 or 6. I had to keep trying it, but it works. Like it works eventually, for sure. Like if it, I mean, I don't know because I'm not on every platform, right? So I can't possibly tell you if it 100% is going to work for you, right? But for me, sometimes it wasn't working, and I could see a person getting frustrated and thinking that it's not working. But I had to keep doing it and keep trying it. Like, I would do it, it wouldn't work. I would do a whole boss chest. I would do it, it wouldn't work. I'd do a whole boss chest slow. I would try it again, then I would try it again, then I would try it again. It still wasn't working. I would do a boss chest. I'd come back and be like, okay, now I'm gonna try it like 6 times. Confirm, cancel, confirm, cancel, confirm, cancel, confirm, cancel, confirm, cancel, confirm, cancel. Then my screen could go wonky and it would work. So, just because it doesn't work for you, you gotta have patience. And the patience will pay off because then everything will be fast from then on out until you go out of the kingdom and go back in. Doesn't matter now because we're not in the vault event. I mean, unless you're metal farming or something. But, you know, I wonder if I can get it to work. Because I thought maybe they, you know, when they fixed the weapon glitch, I thought maybe, what if they fixed this too? But they didn't. So it still works. Let's do it again. I need to put on a faster... Oh, I do have it on. Let's see if it's working right now. Look, bang. It's already working for me because I do it so much. That was just jamming on the button. See, I don't have to watch anything. It just goes to the next fight. Not watching pathing to the next node. Bang, to the next fight. It should be possible for everybody. And if it's not, then you need to work on your patience. Or maybe it's just not possible on certain platforms. I don't know. But really give it a good, the old college try, like Al Bundy, before you think it don't work. Because sometimes it wasn't where I could tell, I could imagine. Because one of the times it was like being very stubborn for me. And I can imagine a person thinking it doesn't work. That made me think it works even more for everybody. The fact that one of the times I had trouble making it work. Because I can imagine a person just having that happen to them and thinking, oh, it doesn't work on my platform. That makes me think it works even more for everybody. That it can do that sometimes. Let's keep going. I want to see if it stops being stupid. Start there. It's kind of being stupid again. Not that I would be doing this right now or anything. I just want to... I had people tell me it doesn't work for them. Hey, I got tokens. I probably can't afford them. Oh, this is free, too. I don't have to pay. So you definitely want the sure thing. The vault key's a scratcher. I'd rather have the sure thing. Alright, are we going slow again? Let's see. It does all these pop-ups and stuff. You kind of got to get through all that, too. Okay, it's going slow again. See if I can fix it. I think the closer to the mini-boss, the harder it is to fix, too. You kind of want to do it on the first fight, if you can. Hey, it's fixed. Look. I didn't have to do anything there. You just keep going. Like, I like, went out to look at something or whatever, didn't I? Keep going, you're good. Normally. This makes me pick twice, unless I purposely go slow. I think it's the same speed either way. If I purposely go slow and don't see it twice, it's the same as if I see it twice real quick. That's kind of dumb. That's the only part that slowed me down. And then all these weird, you know, the pop-ups, I gotta get through all those. I think those are screwing it up a little bit, too. Like, you gotta get going and be doing it for a minute, then it'll stop forever. Not forever, but for your session. See mine? Like, good to go, right? Fast. I don't know if is this a big problem for people out there? I'm not even sure. Like, I don't know. I feel like the views that I got on that video, seems like people were having trouble. I haven't heard like a major uproar or anything though. So I'm not sure if is this a problem or not. Like, did you guys figure it out easily and you don't have to do this? Or what? Are we just doing Explorer 12 or 16 anyway, and so we don't have to deal with doing stuff the right way, or... I'm not sure. But it's good. Fix it. Hopefully they don't fix that. That would suck. Imagine they fix something we don't want them to fix, but they won't fix stuff that we do want them to fix. That sounds like the devs. I feel like they're going to fix that and not fix other stuff, because that's how they operate. Anything else? Underspire is one of the... Yep, only way... Kingdom experience. What's the main purpose of astrological stars? It just gives you more stats and like capstones and stuff. You go up here. See that? Astral Spire. It's just a way to get more stats, kind of. Though, don't do this one. This one's worthless. You know, eventually, when you have every single other node done and the whole thing, maybe. This only applies to your hero, so that sucks. Every single other one applies to everything. So this one, you see I haven't touched it at all. This is what you use Starstones on, this. It's like a tree, like a talent tree in Diablo or Path of Exile. It's like that. So I've been, I did these. I'm going after the magic. So you want this. You see these? This. 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 It's what you want. And you might, if you can get these capstones along the way, that's great. You definitely want these things too. Right here, this and this. But if you can go like get magic, magic should be your first priority. And if you happen to get the capstone and the star while you're getting magic, blue's not the best example. I went to yellow and purple first because they have way more magic. So magic, 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 magic. This applies to every purple troop in the game. So we use Chrysantherax, we use troops that use every single color, so they benefit from all these. Brown I haven't touched yet, not that it's bad or anything, I'm just waiting, I'm gonna touch it later. But yeah, I did purple and red first, because yellow has a ton of magic as well. Purple, or magic, 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 magic. I also got the capstone and the star while I was at it. Got this magic too. Got all the magic on yellow. Every single piece of it. And the capstone and the star. I think I did the same thing on purple. I got every piece of magic on purple and the capstone and the star. And then I went to blue because it has a really good capstone and star. So I grabbed all the magic while I was getting this capstone and this star. Then I went to red. And now I'm working on red. The one I recently did, I did this right here to get this. I don't know if it was like, I don't know. It's debatable. But I wanted magic. I had like 280 star stones. I was like, up to this point, and this, I got the capstone and the star already. And I had 280 star stones. I'm like, well, it's only 100, and then I get a magic. So I went this way. I don't think I'm going to keep going this way. Probably going to go here, then here, then here. But then I got to go get this at some point. I don't know. So I'm not really sure. But most likely, I just went off on a little... I'm probably not getting this. This costs way more, right? 300. At least not right now. I'm probably going to go this way next. Like here, then here, then here. I guess... I don't know. I'm going to look at how to get to this the fastest way, maybe. Or I might go to a different place. Because it's just one... I think that's 2 magic up there, right? It's 2 magic, so... Takshaka, Chrysantherax, Tesla. I don't know, she doesn't use magic though. But yeah, you get them from here. It's always that first slot. And then there's like Starstone Gold Weeks and other little bird-feeded ways you'll get it. But mostly it's your adventure board task. And then you invest them up here. If I were you, I'd start with yellow or purple and just get a bunch of magic on your way to the capstone and the star. These two are the most important. Magic's the most important stat in the game. The capstones were... People were nuts about capstones. And, like, they're going to go do the blue one. They're going to get the brown one. They're going to get... Guess what? They didn't even work correctly for, like, the first month or two. So, like, I was happy that I went for magic first. I still think it's the best way to do it. But somehow I'm always right. It's crazy. A lot of the capstones were broken for, like, the first... month or two, or however long it's been. So if you like went crazy on a capstone, it probably wasn't working correctly anyway. So what's the point? You might as well get magic, which is 100% going to help everything on in your account on every single fight that you do, except for Guild Wars. Why would you not do like a no-brainer like magic? Who puts so much faith into the devs for something to be working correctly? I'm just going to go get magic. Magic works, and I need it. 217 CC? Nice, pretty good. You're falling asleep? I always do that too. Yeah, it's good as long as it works properly. You never know. Nah, you don't level them up. Not yet, Get them all first. Instead of leveling your capstones up, go get all the caps. You'd rather have one of, get them all first. So go get all your magic, go get all your capstones, go get all your stars, and then come back to a capstone you like and level it up. It's going to be a while. CC says the blue capstone time warp can get up to 80% or 85% chance to prevent the enemy from getting an extra turn. I know, but how often are enemies doing a bunch of extra turns to you like that? I don't know why people go crazy about that. That never happens to me, ever. That'd be like having, You're, it'd be like you're invincible to an old lady attack. Like, I'm invincible to an old lady attack. If an old lady attacks me, I'm invincible. Okay, but how often is that actually going to happen? Like, is that the first thing you're going to go for? You're going to get the invincibility to an old lady attack? Old ladies are not going to attack you, first of all. And if they do, are you really that scared? You know what I mean? Is an old lady attack, like, your biggest concern? Are you getting extra turned to death every single day? Like, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing? Like, how's that happening? Where? Is the AI doing that to you? The AI is not that smart. What are you doing? Are you doing, like, a lot of PvP or something? I guess. I suppose. Like, when you're doing that very specific game mode that should only be one part of your day. Okay. Doesn't work in Guild Wars. That's the main place people are gonna extra turn you to death, is in Guild Wars, and guess what? Capstones don't work there. I like that capstone, I just feel like it's not as important as people are making it out to be, because how often, just count, like literally, like yourself. Like scientifically, don't even believe me. I'm lying, right? I'm a liar, I don't know what I'm talking about. Mark down every time an enemy extra turns you to death. Just do a tally mark. Every time an enemy extra turns the shit out of you and you're like, damn, I wish I had this capstone. It's never going to happen if you're playing, like, Adventure Board. Does it happen there? Does it happen in Dungeon? Where's it happening? Underspire? Tower of Doom? Where's it happening at? Invasion? Raid? Bounty? Where's it happening? Faction events? Where's it? Where? I don't know. The only place I can think of is Guild Wars, which it doesn't work there. And then maybe PvP. Maybe. Maybe PvP. If you don't know what you're doing in PvP, it might be happening to you there. Occasionally. Occasionally. It's not going to happen every single fight either in PvP. So why is that such an amazing capstone that we're going to run out of our way to get first and, like, waste a bunch of starstones on? Like, I want to get it, but I want to get all the... Magic works all the time for everything. All the time for everything. Preventing the enemy from getting extra turns works every once in a while if you're walking down the wrong street. You know what I mean? So why are we rushing to get a capstone that barely ever happens to you? When you could be making yourself more powerful for stuff you're doing every single time you push the button. Every single time I push the button, the magic that I got is helping me. Every time, you know, that capstone that prevents enemies from getting extra turns is not happening every time I push the button. Me having extra magic helps every time I push the freaking button on my controller. You know? I don't get it. People are nuts about that capstone, like that was all they cared about. But, yeah, I get it, of course. I'm not saying it's bad, it's one of the best ones. But capstones are just for they're situational. You know, magic is way more important, I feel. Kill stuff quicker, get stuff done faster, one-shot stuff instead of two-shot and stuff. Blow up more gems on the board, destroy more gems. It does everything. Magic's amazing. That's why you get Magic Kingdoms first. That's why you do purple, you know? That's why you get that task first, etc. Mr. Walkervich, you don't understand stars? Now do you? I hope you do. I don't know. Yeah, it might help with winning faster occasionally, but where? Like, it doesn't happen to me. Enemies getting extra turns... And then it's not even 100%, right? It's like 20%, 30%. It's not going to even happen every single time. So we're preventing something from happening that happens every once in a while. And we're only preventing it from happening 30% of the time when it happens every once in a while. Like, that's very important, you know? It's a good capstone. I'm not trying to crap on it. I'm just saying I feel like magic is smarter. Like, to get all your magic and get more powerful for stuff that happens every time you push the button. Not just occasionally something like, what's getting extra turn? Like, I don't know. Like, nothing. Did you see anything in the game get, like, this entire stream for 2 hours? Did the enemy ever get an extra turn? Go back and watch this entire stream. I bet you the enemy got 0 extra turns this entire stream. So that capstone didn't go off at all this entire stream. But my magic that I have was used every single fight every time I push the button, right? Can't use magic all the time either. I mean, you're using it every fight, though. And the other thing's not happening every fight. Even if you can't kill something in one shot, you're still using your magic. Leprechaun uses magic. Thrall uses magic. Chrysanthrax uses magic. Ruby Weapon uses magic. Queen Beatrix uses magic. King Gobtruffle uses magic. Everything uses magic almost. Anyway, I'm gonna get out of here. Hold on. One more thing. Shout out to Mr. Walkervich for the 2. Appreciate you. Out there with McKee, Raid, and Chad. Let's go. Got almost $10 today. Fresh off the chatathon, so I'll take it. You guys rock. Appreciate you. I might be back tomorrow. If I'm not, then I'll see you Friday. Friday for the definitely Friday. We got the new mythic basically. Bounty's easy. Your team's already there, but we got the new mythic, so I'm definitely streaming. I hope to see you there. Have a good one. You're the best. Shout out to Mr. Walkervich, Chad. I'm an idiot. Mr. Walkervich, McKee, Raid, and Chad. Shout out to y'all.